guys, Robert here. Today I am going to polish and wax my Ibis Ripley in matte black. The goal today is simple. I'm going to use a two-step process of polish and wax to take this matte finish, bring it to a shiny luster. So let's get started. We'll see how it turns out.
So here we go. We're getting ready to do the main portion of the bike, and as you can see, it looks quite dull. But in other areas of the bike, you can see that it's really faded. So we're going to put the machine to it and see how shiny we can get this baby.
Here's the equipment and materials I'll be using. I've got my auto orbital polisher on the left here, and then an assortment of applicator pads, towels to remove the wax, and then finally the rags to buff out for final shine. In terms of the actual waxes and polishes, I'll use Groit's correcting cream as the cleaner and Groit's liquid gloss polywax as the sealant.
So make a couple dabs, moisten the pad completely, so you need to rub it in. I've taped off the various areas where I don't really want it to get into the nooks and crannies. Let's dial it down to 2 to start, 2 of 6. So this, as the correcting cream, is the one that gets out small scratches, small imperfections. Maybe if there's some kind of buildup, it'll take that down.
one thing that's obvious is without taking a lot of the subsidiary parts and cables off, brakes, that it would be a lot trickier to do. So I'm starting with the top of the top tube. Then I go to the side of the bike, top tube first, down tube, and then the C tube. I'm not going to be able to get on all the areas here. As you can see, the machine doesn't fit. I'll just do all that by hand. But luckily, I'll be able to get most of the bike with the machine, because the machine does a much better job taking off the dirt as well as bringing it up to a better shine. I'm doing quite a bit. I probably don't need to go quite this long, but it's not really going to hurt it. And this way, if I miss any small spots, more than likely I'll still get them. Okay, now let's take off this polish and see how the first step came out. Now we get a buff like crazy. Look at this, looks like shining a shoe. This actually makes it easier. Wow, even just brushing a little bit of this polish off, you can see that it looks quite a ways different than just a few moments ago. You can really see the difference that the machine and the polish make.
So shiny. Wow.
So this is the top coat, the final coat. It's liquid gloss polywax. It's supposed to seal the paint and then hopefully bring it up to a lustrous shine. I'm going to spread it into the applicator, make sure it's soaked. It's only a thin layer you need with this. Again, I'm going to start with the easy part, the top part. So in order for me to make sure I'm getting the sections, I'm going to do it logically. First the top tube, the side of the top tube, the seal it all in. The tricky part I've noticed about this is making sure you get every nook and cranny. There's so many twists and turns on the bike.
It also needs to cure for 10 to 20 minutes. So we'll just lightly rub that in here. So we'll let this dry in there for another 15 minutes, and then when we remove, we'll see how it looks. We have ourselves a shiny bike, but as you can see, it looks really nice. It came out much better than expected. Hoping the shine holds, particularly with that poly wax protection over top of it. But there it is, looking pretty good. So I'm gonna get the bike together, get the rear triangle finished up, and we'll see what the bike looks like with all its new parts on. And here it is, looking super shiny. It's a heck of a sight better than it did before. As you can see, it looks more like a bright sheen, not a super gloss, which is just fine by me. Yeah, it looks really good. All we can say is mission accomplished. Only problem I face now is my wife wants to ride the bike all the time. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and got some value out of it. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section. As always, this is your intrepid traveler, Roberto. Over and out.